Yes, I know the title sounds unbelievable. But it's true. My fiancé, 25, and I, 24, have been together since we were teenagers, 17 or 18. He was always charming, funny, good-looking, and kind. Everyone used to tell me I was lucky to have the perfect guy, and honestly, I believed it. He treated me with so much love and respect that this whole situation feels unreal. I've always had a strong relationship with my mom. It's just been the two of us ever since my dad passed away in an accident when I was little. We always joked that we were like Rory and Lorelai from Gilmore Girls. My mom dated casually over the years, and most of the guys were decent, but nothing ever turned into something serious. Then, about 4 years ago, my mom told me she was pregnant. That was a major shock. She was 42 at the time, and although she'd mentioned going on dates, I hadn't met the guy. She never expected to get pregnant at her age. She'd had me young, by accident, and I could tell she was stressed. I wanted to support her like she always supported me, so I did what I could to help and reassure her. She eventually gave birth to my little brother, who's now 3. I've loved him from the beginning and have helped raise him. My fiancé also got involved, helping us take him out for ice cream, to the playground, swimming in the summer, just doing nice things. It never felt strange. He was my boyfriend, and we were caring for my little brother together. Now here's how everything fell apart. My fiancé and I had been living together since college. One evening, he was out with friends, and I stayed home. While watching Netflix, my laptop died, and I didn't feel like getting the charger, so I grabbed his iPad instead. I knew his password but had never used it before. As soon as it logged in, I saw a bunch of messages come through. He clearly hadn't used it in a while, but what I found shook me. There were messages between him and my mom, but her number wasn't saved under her name. I recognized it and double-checked it against my own phone. The messages were full of guilt. She told him I deserved to know. He said he didn't want to lose me. Then she brought up how unfair it was that their child wouldn't know his real dad, and questioned if he could keep pretending to be just a brother-in-law around his own son. I broke down completely. There weren't many old texts, but there were photos, my mom pregnant, my little brother as a newborn, and many pictures from over the years. I cried for what felt like forever and waited for my fiancé to get home. When he came in around 11:30 p.m., I didn't say much. I handed him the iPad, with the messages still on the screen. He looked at it and went pale. I asked him how this happened, when, and why. He didn't want to talk at first but finally explained. A few years ago, while I was away on a girls' trip, he and my mom had dinner. This wasn't out of the ordinary. They were both close and would sometimes hang out even when I was busy. I'd done the same with his family. But during that dinner, something happened. They slept together. And then it happened again. 2 or 3 more times. They told themselves they were just meeting up to talk about how to tell me. Eventually, after my mom got pregnant, they stopped sleeping together. They both agreed to keep it a secret. He claimed he loved me too much to lose me, and my mom didn't want to lose her daughter. So that's where we are now. 2 people I loved and trusted the most have betrayed me in the worst possible way. I ended the engagement immediately, told my mom to stay away from me, and moved in with a friend. The hardest part is my brother. I love him deeply, but I just can't be around him right now. It's too painful. He reminds me of all the dreams I had. Having a child with my fiancé, growing a family together. And to realize I was unknowingly raising his child with someone else, it's unbearable. We used to talk about our future since we were 17. I was supposed to be the mother of his child, not my own mom. The thought makes me sick. Editor's note: most of the comments were supportive. Some people shared stories of cutting off their own parents or dealing with cheating spouses who had affairs with family members. Apparently, this kind of betrayal happens more than you'd think. People really can be shocking. Update 1. First, I want to say thank you. I didn't expect the amount of kind messages and encouragement I got. I'm still a mess, not going to lie, but reading your comments helped. It felt like a short therapy session. So again, thank you. Here's the update. Continues, I raised my little brother for 3 years. Then found out he was my fiancé's son with my mom. I exposed them and moved to Spain. I always thought I was lucky. My fiancé, 25M, and I, 24F, had been together since we were teenagers, 17 or 18 years old. He was kind, funny, handsome. People used to tell me I was so lucky to have the whole package. And honestly, I felt that way too. He always treated me with love and respect. That's why everything that happened hit me like a truck. Growing up, it was always me and my mom. My dad died in an accident when I was little, so we were close. Really close. We used to joke that we were the real-life Rory and Lorelai from Gilmore Girls. She dated here and there, but nothing ever got serious. Then, about 4 years ago, when my mom was around 42, she told me she was pregnant. It was a total shock. She was casually dating someone, but I never met the guy. She always said she didn't think she could even get pregnant again at her age. She had me when she was super young. I knew she was overwhelmed, so I decided to be there for her like she always had been for me. Her son, my little brother, was born. He's 3 now. I fell in love with that baby from the moment I held him. I helped raise him. I babysat, did diaper changes, feedings, you name it. My fiancé also helped. We'd take him to the playground, out for ice cream. I thought it was just us being a team, me, my fiancé, and my little brother. Then everything changed. One night while my fiancé was out, I stayed in. My laptop died mid-show, so I grabbed his iPad and logged in. I knew the password but had never used it before. Suddenly, messages started popping up. I wasn't snooping, at first, but then I saw something strange. The contact wasn't saved under my mom's name, but I recognized her number. The messages? Devastating. She was telling him she felt guilty, that I deserved to know. He said he felt the same, but he couldn't lose me. She said it wasn't fair to their son to grow up without knowing his real dad. Their son. I was shaking. There weren't many old texts, but I found photos, my mom pregnant, my little brother as a newborn, and other pictures. I broke down. When my fiancé came home that night, I just handed him the iPad and watched the blood drain from his face. I asked him how, when, why, and he just admitted it. While I was away on a girls' trip a few years ago, he and my mom had dinner, and one thing led to another. It happened a few more times under the excuse of talking about how to tell me. When she got pregnant, they stopped. They decided to keep it from me. My fiancé claimed he loved me too much to lose me, and my mom didn't want to lose her daughter. I left him. I told my mom to never contact me again. I moved in with a friend. But that wasn't the end. He showed up outside my office recently. I didn't run. I stood there and let him talk. He apologized again and again, said he still loved me, wanted to go to therapy, would do anything. I told him it was too late. There was too much damage. He's now pursuing custody of my little brother. Says he wants to be a real father. He insists he and my mom aren't together and never will be. Just a mistake. A mistake that happened multiple times. He admitted that I helped push him into doing the right thing, filing for custody. Great. Glad I could help his moral awakening. After that conversation, I got angry. Furious. Before, I was depressed and heartbroken. Now, I was done being quiet. I exposed them both. I posted on my family's Facebook group. I'm canceling my wedding with X's name permanently. I found out that my mother and X had a sexual relationship which led to the birth of my brother. I had no idea, and I just found out. I won't be having any relationship with either of them. I wanted you to hear it from me directly because I value honesty and transparency. I included screenshots, the message I sent my mom and her reply, which I hadn't even opened until that day. It went viral in my circles. Family was shocked. Some were supportive, others skeptical. My grandparents said maybe I misunderstood. Not surprised, my mom always had them fooled. I'm moving in with my cousin now, someone who's like a sister. She's devastated for me, but she welcomed me and offered a place to stay. Then I posted a similar story to my close friends list on Instagram. Most of our friend group was stunned. One even sent me my Reddit post asking if it was me. I said yes. My ex deleted his social media. His parents reached out, kind, but disappointed. They support him, but want nothing to do with my mom. I told them I didn't want contact. I need distance if they're backing him. My mom and ex went ballistic after I went public. They tried calling my friend, she blocked them. Tried texting me, I ignored them all. Right now, I'm focused on moving, healing, and building a new life. I don't know what the future holds. But I do know this. I will never forgive them. And I'm not looking back. My ex slept with my mom. Now I'm moving to Spain. I knew it was coming. I just hoped I had more time. But this week, it finally happened. My ex confronted me near my office on Wednesday. He was waiting by my car after work, just lingering around. Part of me wanted to run, not gonna lie, but I also felt like I needed to get this over with. I didn't want to keep waiting for it to happen. He asked if we could talk. I said yes, but I wasn't about to sit down for coffee and chat like we were old friends. So I told him to just say whatever he needed to right there. We were on the street, semi-busy, but not too crowded. It actually felt kind of right. He apologized. A lot. Said I deserved better, that he still loved me, but he'd understand if I never wanted anything to do with him again. He told me he'd go to therapy, alone or together, and that he'd do whatever it took to earn my trust back. I told him that wasn't possible. There was too much damage. He looked heartbroken, but honestly, I didn't feel sorry for him. He also told me he's in the process of getting custody of my little brother, his son. Apparently, my brother is now his main focus. He said he didn't want to be with my mom, that it was just a mistake. Right. 5 mistakes, over a few years. He said he didn't even know why he did it, that it was impulsive, and he panicked afterward because he knew he could lose me. I asked if he'd ever cheated with anyone else. He said no. I'm not sure I believe him, but he sounded genuine. I asked why he never told me the truth, and he admitted he never had a real plan. He thought he could just take things one day at a time. I asked if my mom had seduced him. He said it was mutual. That made me sick all over again. He said his parents now know and want to build a relationship with their grandson. They told him not to contact me until he talked to me first. I asked if he was pursuing custody before I found out. He said no, but finding out pushed him to act. So apparently, my heartbreak became his wake-up call. We didn't end things peacefully. I told him to never come near me again. He asked if he could still see my little brother and said I was important to him. He tried to guilt-trip me, and it worked a little, but I still said no. I was done. I've been avoiding calls and texts ever since. I even put my phone on silent. But my mom managed to text me from a different number. Her message was long, weird, and honestly disturbing. She accused me of being cruel, said she didn't raise me to air out dirty laundry like that. She also said she slept with my ex because he reminded her of my dad, something about grief and pain. I don't even know what that means. Physically, they're not that different, but still, that excuse floored me. After that message, I decided to blast the truth publicly. I posted in my family's Facebook group and on Instagram. I explained why my wedding was cancelled, what my mom and ex did, and included screenshots for proof. It exploded. Most people supported me. Some were neutral. A few, including my grandparents, didn't believe the full story. Not surprising, they've always been close to my mom. My cousin, more like a sister, offered for me to move in with her and her kids. I accepted. I'll be moving next week. It's scary, but I can't stay where I am. I've lost the life I had. I need to start over. I had one more phone call with my ex. I'd been drinking a little and asked if he ever really chose me, or if I was always second to my mom. He didn't deny it. He said maybe his feelings were confused and that he regrets everything. The call was short, sad, and emotionally exhausting. I felt stupid for calling, but I needed answers. As for my mom, she's still trying to fix things. My grandparents reached out, but I haven't responded. I'm not ready. But here's the big news. I'm moving to Spain. I got a job as an au pair near a major city. I start September 1st. The family seems wonderful, the kids are adorable, and I'll be learning Spanish. Something I've always wanted to do. I haven't told many people yet, just those I trust. I also started therapy. My therapist told me I'm grieving, not just a relationship, but the image I had of my mother. And that's true. It feels like I lost her for good. But I'm starting to feel stronger. My ex is quiet now, apparently focusing on his son. I've had a few short phone calls with my little brother. They're bittersweet. He doesn't know what's going on, but he's happy. That's all I can ask for right now. Thank you to everyone who supported me through this. I'm closing this chapter. Hopefully, my next one will be about healing, travel, and maybe even love someday. But for now, I'm just focusing on me.